You know, high cost of living is driven, number one, by the cost of food.
Yeah.
And the policy that the advice as cabinet and the leadership of this administration under President William Ruto consciously decided to invest in production as opposed to consumption. It means, how do we invest in production of food? By supplying farm inputs, subsidizing farm inputs, as opposed to subsidizing imports.
Yeah.
So today, as we speak, we have over 61 million bags of maize. That means the cost of food will go down. So there is hope going forward in the next year. There is hope because the cost of food will come down, number one. Number two is the cost of fuel. George, you know, we are a net importer of oil. We don't have fuel of our own.
Yes.
And it is what drives our economy. We need fuel to drive our transport system, to drive our industries, to drive our hospitality industry. We need furnace oil. To drive our power generation, we need oil. To drive even our medical facilities, we all need fuel. So because of that, fuel is paid in foreign exchange. And this again is another problem. The forex exchange in Kenya have gone south. And not just in Kenya, the rest of the world. The dollar, 1 year ago, was 120. Today, we are talking of about 130. So even the cost of 1 liter of fuel has changed to now 200 from 120 because of the forex. And then again, the fellows are giving us fuel are foreigners. It's coming from Russia, it's coming from Arab world, it's coming from outside Kenya. Those people do not know that we have this problem in Kenya, and they will continue. And that is why we must invest, we must mobilize our cooperatives in Kenya so that we can now get import substitution so that we can compensate the dollars that we use to import with the dollars that we receive by exporting. That way we have a balanced trade, balanced income. Number three, in terms of cost of living,
yes,
is now the debt.
Yeah.
We had, our debt portfolio has changed completely because we service this debt in dollars or in forex, and the rate has changed. So the debt that we could spend 100 shillings is now costing us 150 shillings to service 1 unit of debt.
Okay.
So it has taken away all the available cash, because there's one thing, George, that we can never do, and we should never do, is to default our debt. We have to be a responsible government, a responsible people. Yesterday, the 8th country in Africa or in the world went down in defaulting debts. We don't want Kenya to be in that, because even this station, TV Vote 7, you are relying on certain things. You may want to attract investors to expand the network and reach out and the size of this station. You cannot get even a single investor if Kenya government defaults. You are private, we are public. If Kenya government defaults, it is cross-cutting. It will affect the private sector, it will affect the private sector. So we as a government must always ensure that we are people of integrity and we honor our commitments, our promise. We keep our promise.
Okay. On the MSMEs, Waziri, on the turnover for MSMEs, it has been reviewed recently to 3%. Do you think that would kill or discourage the entrepreneurial spirit, especially from the youth? Because at the end of the day, they do not, it feels like this tax that has been increased all the way to 3% could, discourage them.
We have a number of taxes. We have a turnover tax of up to 5% of what it was originally, if I remember, 1.5%. Now it's gone to 3%. And this consolidates all the kind of taxes that one would pay. It makes it easier for any SME to participate in tax payment.
Yes.
And the kind of paperwork required will also